Hi.
Okay, so we got a TiVo.
TiVo Series 2. We're going to do a video
Consuming them.
eating them, yes. We're going to compare and contrast the TiVo Series 2 with the TiVo HD.
Yeah, this guy here.
So we're going to take them apart one at a time, and then we're going to see what the difference between the two is. So, let's start. On the back here is a godforsaken amount of hex bolts, or whatever those things are. I don't know, but they look awful.
What is... There's a plastic bit.
Lovely. This is like a... What are these? We should have looked at this before.
Those are 6 bolts. So 6 star.
Like this thing? That looks right.
Yeah. Though it looks like they're in 2 different sizes.
That's unfortunate.
Like the fan is like a little bigger, I think.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. I just need to get like some of them off.
Yeah, this one's got. So this way's got 5-star bolts.
Okay. Gotta love them not letting you take these things apart. Like everyone else uses just straight up Phillips head screws, but no, they got a special.
That'd be gay.
Homosexuality is in. I'm gonna take the ones with the nuts off first because of the fact that they probably hold it together.
Yeah. So let's see what does even the back look like.
Okay, so the back of this one has a phone line in, controller out, USB because USB was invented in like '91, believe it or not. It's got audio and video. Yep, it's
from a dinosaur age.
It's got audio video input, and then it's got cable and antenna RF. Lovely. It doesn't even have a digital. No, yeah, those are all analog outputs. I'm pretty sure. Even cable's analog. The only digital output's USB, but that doesn't do video. And then while I'm taking this thing apart forever, do you want to look at the new ones back?
We got the newer ones. We got a phone line there. Digital audio optical.
Gotta love optical.
S-video component AV.
I'm pretty sure S-video is digital.
Component AV. HDMI.
Yeah.
Ethernet and then USB and 2 USB things.
The boards of HDMI.
eSATA.
Lovely.
And then the cable and antenna are actually bolted on, so we're gonna have to remove the bolts for that.
Wait a minute. What eSATA? What do you want to use eSATA for?
External storage.
Okay, that works. I guess if you
want to labeled.
I mean, I guess if you want to plug your hard drive into that thing so you could watch everything on your TiVo branded TV, that works. Speaking of that, doesn't work, honestly. Oh, it might work. Cool.
Okay, I'm gonna do some disassembling as well.
Might as well.
I'm just taking off some bolts there on.
Okay. I'm gonna take a look to make sure I got everything.
I know that my signature is just gonna be a singular glove for memes because funny, but it's like got no dexterity. I can't grab anything.
Yeah, the gloves aren't very good for grabbing things. I'd say if anything, you'd want like small insulated medical gloves or something, but those would rip real easy. How do we get this thing apart? This thing does not want to come apart. I'm so sad. Well, thankfully, I'm going to use the separators we have.
Maybe get the fan out. Is the fan bolted to it?
The fan isn't bolted to the outside case, no.
Okay, so on mine, it looks like it might be, but it's actually... So yours isn't bolted. Mine also isn't. Like...
I'm going to say, it's just the fact that it doesn't want to come apart.
It's got screws there. Double check the screw.
I got
Have you made sure? How about this guy?
That's also bolted to the inside. That's not bolted to like this outside casing.
Yeah.
I need the hammer. There's the hammer. I'm gonna commit crimes.
War crimes or regular crimes?
Just normal crimes. I'm not in the middle of war right now, but this is a bad idea.
Non-war crimes.
This didn't work as well as I hoped. Well, actually, it worked pretty well.
I mean, I got...
that worked really well. Holy
Whoa!
shit. I feel special now. I actually did something. Anyway.
It's a boy!
Is it?
It's got genitals.
It does have genitals. Wonderful. I'm gonna have to get this thing off now.
Well, if yours is a boy, then mine must be a girl.
Must, you say?
Must. I'm gonna use some. While you're doing that, I've done unspeakable things to this.
Oh
poor guy.
no.
I have nudified it. I took off the bolts.
Okay, so here's the cover. Lovely.
The wires are there's a BIOS battery or something.
I don't know if they're. I would say it would probably be CMOS BIOS. I have no clue what it's called.
Oh, yeah, it's CMOS.
Because it's not a computer.
So.
Well, it's a computer, but it's not that kind of computer.
There's a hard drive in there. It's probably horrible goblin crime secrets on it.
Probably like.
So.
Oh, that is just straight up a whole hard drive. I was looking at that like a silly person when that's just actually a whole ass 40 gigabytes.
So.
That whole thing holds 40 gigabytes. Can you believe it? That's nuts.
This camera is recording onto an SD card, which is like that big. Wait, 128 gigabytes of storage.
They make micro SD with 1.5 terabytes. It's absolutely nuts.
So
that thing can probably hold.
Okay, so ignoring the tiny hard drive, which is like the size of my hand, really.
We got the PSU.
This is the power supply.
I'm guessing these resistors, I'm not going to touch them on bare hands, are probably the ones that are like really big. Those could be the ones that we short all the things out with.
This is a tall ass. Like, you can't see it.
Hey, look, they splooged all over the inside. Look at the back here too. Like, just look at this.
Oh.
They splooged all over it.
Someone was really excited working on this.
Someone loved building that power supply unit. Damn.
Okay, so we got some that's RAM.
That is very likely RAM, yes.
Dedicated RAM.
That's probably the CPU.
Yeah.
Or that's the.
It's like multiple.
So those look. I'm guessing those all control different things. Like this probably controls the digital output to here, the front, and then these are probably like the things that actually process all that.
Is there buttons on the front?
There's no buttons. That's not even a. Wait a minute. What's that cable going to?
I don't. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, it goes to this receiver. That's it. It goes to this receiver.
Goes to the clicker.
Oh, you know what? All those other things are just like small processors. The CPUs are under the heat sinks.
Yeah, so we got.
Heat sinks. Yeah, we can rip the heat sinks off. It's fine. Free heat sinks.
No, we can't.
Aw, we can't. Oh, well, we can. We still can. But no, we need to keep it preserved for compare and contrasting.
Yeah, so we got the BIOS battery, and then we got all the cable stuff.
Lovely. Anywho, I'm gonna put this down.
Okay, so that's that one. So we'll take a look at the older, this younger one,
which the HD model. Gotta love it.
First things first. They're using the same screw, I think.
It is the same screw?
Yeah.
Nice. Glad I found it then. That's why you need the full like electronics toolkits and not just like a normal screwdriver for this kind of stuff. This alone justifies my need.
It also helps taking apart McDonald's toys because they use tri-screws.
Yeah, because I don't think they want normal people getting inside of those things.
You mean toddlers?
Toddlers can't get in. Well,
why? There's like no electronics in it. It's just because they can.
I mean, to be fair, any 6-year-old could probably use a Phillips head screwdriver. Like, oh, plus is plus, minus is minus, Phillips head in this, and I'm going to take my toy apart from McDonald's and shock myself and sue McDonald's for $500 million.
They don't have electronic guns. I think it's more like they eat it.
They have electricity, yeah. To be fair, eating whatever battery's in there is probably far worse than.
When's the last time you've seen like a McDonald's toy from McDonald's with a battery in it?
To be fair, when is the last time I've seen a McDonald's toy? It's been 4 years?
I think like 2 or 3 for me, because my mom likes McDonald's meals, Happy Meals.
I'm gonna say, I don't think I've
Okay, so that's that.
It's been multiple years since I've went gluten-free. It's been, it's approaching 2 years now, because McDonald's is just like, everything in McDonald's is gluten. Those actually keep that in now. They fixed their mistake. The fan screws also count for the outside.
These are easier to take off than the smaller ones.
Because they have like more spread out threads, is my guess. Those threads are much wider apart than the. Oh my god, these things have like hell for threads. Like that is like so small you can't even see it on the camera's preview, if not the camera in general. You'll probably need this.
There we go.
You don't need that. Oh my god, it's filled up like a smoker's thing. Oh.
That is No, that has not been used. The other one was cleaner.
Probably because it's been sitting in storage for a while. That thing's probably been sitting in the living room
gas
for a
mask
while.
Up.
Yep.
So you have. Okay, where are you?
It doesn't.
160 gigabytes.
What? No, that's 100. Yeah, that's 160 gigs. There you go. That's much nicer. That's a much better hard drive there.
Then we got. So then over here we got power supply covered in dust.
And it's got a couple heat
splooge.
Yeah, there's still splooge on there, of course.
There's the normal heat evenings and with some transistors.
At least you're using your glove to touch the actual power supply unit. If you just dropped dead right now, I couldn't help you.
Well, then my goal of die from electrocution accident would be complete.
Okay, so those are the cables, like the SATA cables. You're trying to try and rip the heatsink off that piece?
That's not coming off. We gotta heat the heatsink up.
That's a later thing. So
that's a tomorrow problem.
Okay, so now I'm gonna take this back up. Give me 1 second.
Let's start unclipping these.
I'm gonna say these. I'm gonna go ahead and like mirror them facing each other so you can get like an idea. They both have the same ribbon cable and the same sensor on the front.
How is that one cleaner? This one's like been. I'm guessing that was in deep storage for a while.
I'm gonna say this one's probably been stored for a long time, and the HD model is more recent, so it's been used until a cable went out of fashion. But yeah, this has 40 gigs. This has 160. This has the same, very similar power supply unit, if not the same. Let's get a quick comparison.
Yeah, so the eSATA is this cable right here.
Yeah, they both have
It goes down here, and then
they both have a CMOS battery. This one doesn't have eSATA.
So they both have a BIOS.
Yeah. No, technically they probably have like stuff like if the power goes out, you still want to have your timer stay on or whatever. That's just SATA. Nice.
Yeah, so the SATA cable goes here, and then there's probably something over here, magic wise, that goes on.
Yeah, the main thing I want to point out is they both have 4 RAM chips.
And they both have this giant transformer, so that's been constant for like years.
I'm gonna say they both have 4 sticks or 4 little bits of RAM. These ones have this one has 2 sets of 2, and this one just has generally 4, which makes me think that this is probably 8 gigs and this is probably 4 gigs of RAM, but I'm not qualified in the slightest.
Who is?
None of us are really. And then this one actually has
this in the basement. Of course we're not.
This is a CPU. It is central, it is processing, and it is probably a unit. It is a CPU. These are pieces of trash. It's got 4 giant processors to do whatever the hell it needs to do, and it's got 2 of them that are covered by the heat sinks, probably because they either run the graphics or do something similar. And this one's like on a raised dais or whatever. It's got like a little bump. That's a nice sound. Also, that is a much higher.
Some, like things. So
that thing has like more indicators on the front than the original one, which only had a scanner on the front. Like, if I hold this one upside down, it's only got the scanner. If I look at that one, it's got multiple indicators.
There's actually something under the.
Those are probably the ports. What ports are these? These are the antenna ports.
So on that one it's facing up. This one's laid down.
I'm gonna say this is an antenna port processor. I guess that's just what those look like. Is giant metal boxes, and then those are side by side and they're larger, which makes me think they are making. They're HD. That's what it is. HD antennas are a thing. You had to have. It's like how with modern 4K you need 4K everything to make it worth it. It's with HD you had to have HD everything to make it worth it, including an antenna. But yeah, that's definitely a much higher quality heatsink too, because they knew that it was like a fully central, so they need a better heatsink. This is just trash. Okay. So I think that's like the main comparisons I can draw is like the CPUs, the antenna cables, the hard drive. Hard drive's mounting is the same, like they're both sat on top of like a raised bit. That makes them higher, except this one's much higher.
Yeah, so do you think I think we just gotta remove the stuff out of it.
This is just the part where we rip everything apart?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Does yours have, what does yours need to rip out? They just use the same stuff, so.
Same screw on the inside?
So,
alright.
So I don't think we need to film this.
Okay, pause and then do. I'm guessing this is just the end of the video. Like we compare them and that's that, and then taking apart something we do ourselves.
Yeah, because you don't need to watch this because
this is just the same taking apart we always do, except it's not interesting. You already saw what's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, go. So just one last look, and then that's pretty much the end of the video.
Okay.
So, and we're